Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's open a beverage of your choice. And if you drink, let's just use one of those, because today we are going to be doing a review of the new Crow movie. And I have to tell you this is probably going to be a red band, so there's no guarantee that my sailor side language isn't going to slip out, and I will probably be throwing some minor spoilers in here, so if you don't want to hear that, come back later. Alright. So, 1994. I never heard of The Crow, never seen the comic, didn't know that even the movie was coming out. My friend Rod, we're going to a movie. What movie? The Crow. Don't know anything about it. You're coming. I'm so glad that he did. I've been in love with that movie ever since. You know, I bought the comics, wound up getting the special edition. And I've gotten movies, which I have watched many, many, many times in times where it just really helped me out a lot. I watched the sequels, and they was just sort of the first couple sequels, and they diminished greatly in quality to the point where I didn't even know the other ones existed. Sort of like, my health over the years. Over the years, they've been, there's been talk of it being a remake being made, with different stars being involved. What was it? I heard Jason Momoa once, this person, that person. And they never, it never came to fruition. And they were saying that they're going to get them a little closer to the source material, because there's a couple scenes in the movie that they were going to be in there, the original, that they couldn't put in there because of the death of Brandon Lee. There's the cowboy scenes, which they couldn't shoot because, But for the most part, the movie is fairly close to the original concept. So when this finally came out, they were getting it, the green light was given and all that, there was a really big controversy that popped up, because one, a lot of fans didn't want there to be a remake, just because, one, out of respect for Brandon Lee, and two, the original movie was virtually perfect. I mean, come on, how good was that movie? Because that was great. Then so they're saying, yes, so we're going to go and do this, and have it be Shelley Webster and Eric Draven. That is what really drew the ire of a lot of these people, because that's remaking that movie. No, I mean, a lot of people sitting there saying, okay, if you're going to sully the memory of The Crow, have the characters be someone else. I mean, there were other comics where there are other people who could do it. I mean, there were other characters who were brought back by the Crow. Different situations, different, do that. I think people would have been a little less, myself included, been a little less annoyed by the fact that this is being done, because it's such a great movie. And then when they released the image of Alexander Skarsgård, was it Alexander? Well, whichever Skarsgård it is, that they have the movie with him and his makeup, it's like, oh fuck, it's going to be one of these things. This is going to be a giant cluster fuck. Because this doesn't look a thing like The Crow. I mean, there's a reason why Eric Draven looks like he looks in the movie. And it's not like the way he does in this movie. So I went and saw this. I was debating on whether I wanted to go see this movie. Then it came out. It opened up this weekend. I was busy Thursday night. The person I wanted to go see it with was camping Friday, so we decided to go this morning. And I went and picked him up. I was wearing my my Crow shirt just because. Picked him up, went to the theater. There was 2 other people in the theater with us, I think, maybe 3, which sounded about right from, And I sat down, and as I was watching this movie, I realized that these fucking idiots who wrote this movie had either not seen the original movie, not read any of the source material, or just didn't understand the story behind this, the story. What this story was trying to say. The first, say, about half of the movie goes over, talks about when they were alive, how they met, how they got into the situation that they were in. That right there shows that they don't fucking know what they're talking about. Because in the story, what happened before this, the last few moments of their lives, doesn't matter at all. There's nothing. I mean, even in the book, it starts out with him being dead. In the movie, he's dead. It's people, 2 innocent people being in the wrong place at the wrong time. That is the important part of their deaths. 2 innocent people being in the wrong place, wrong time, unfortunate circumstances which got them killed. You don't need to know the rest of the shit. But then they've got this with him being some sort of face-tattooed addict cuck. And believe me, I'm not making fun of him being an addict. I've got drinking problems myself, so I'm not making fun of that part. But he's just this, and they spent most of the time is spent on her, which the original story is more about her, even though she doesn't have a lot of time in the story, because it's all about avenging her, despite the fact that she doesn't appear much in the comic or the movie, because it's a love story about him avenging Sarah, and love and avenging her and his death. But they have this this whole first half of the movie where it's just like, and they get sent to rehab, and then the people who the bad guys want to kill her because she had a videotape of something that happened for the bad guys would be, people find out that he was the bad guy, so they want to kill her and all that stuff. So they come into this rehab that's more like a prison, and she's like, oh, they can't see me, so she goes to escape this rehab, and he follows with her because they've fallen in love the last day in rehab. And just in a way that anyone else who wanted to get out should have been able to figure out how to get out, and so it just doesn't make any sense. And he's following around like some sort of lovesick puppy doll. And when he finds, he's like, oh, why are these people after you? It's like, oh, I've done some bad things. He's like, okay, I'll stick around. I mean, seriously, if you had some girl that you liked that you met the day before that you thought, hey, maybe I can, spend some time with, maybe, if she says, oh, there's people trying to kill me, but I'm not going to tell you why, would you stick around with her? Yeah, I can't speak for you, but I know, sure as hell no, I wouldn't. But that's just me. And the one of the things about this is it's Shelley Webster, it's Eric Draven. Who are in the books and the movie? It's Top Dollar, T-Bird, Skank, and a couple other people that are bad guys. None of these people are in the movie. None. No mention of them. They aren't the bad guys. This is the bad guy in this movie is some guy who has been around for 200 years because he sold his soul to the devil, and what he does is he's got some sort of voice thing where he can whisper in someone's ear and tell them to do stuff, and so they, do this horrible shit, and then they die, so they get the innocent souls that go to hell, and he gets to stick around. Which, that has everything to do with the original story. And so these guys, they escape, they want to lie low, so the first thing they do is go to the house of this girl who she knew, who sent her the tape and got killed. So, and even if she didn't know the girl had been killed, okay, the bad guys know about this girl, so you don't want to go hang out at her house. And they're like, okay, we got to lay low. So what do? Let's go hang out at a really popular dance club. You're like, and then when they finally get to going after the bad guy, the main bad guy, it doesn't. The fight was very anticlimactic. So I mean the whole, and by the way, the crow. They mention the bird, the crow, which plays a vital part of the whole thing of the crow. He's the one bringing you back to do the justice, help with the justice. They say, in this one, they keep saying the crow will guide you to help you get justice. All right. You see what he does in the comic, in the movie. He's like, okay, yeah, come with me. Here's that guy. Here's that guy. Here's that guy. Here's that guy. Boom, go for it. This one, he's just like kind of a third or fourth tier character that barely even shows up half the time. Because he's wandering around. Eric is wandering around investigating and finding some people say, who's your boss? Who's your boss? No. Okay, so even if they did, even if the writers of this movie did what a lot of people called for and didn't make this Shelley Webster and Eric Draven, just like I said before, made it somebody else, this would still be a bad movie because it was poorly thought out. This is really stupid. The characters in this thing just do some stupid shit. I mean, seriously. Like I said, if you're having a bunch of killers come after you, you're gonna go, hey, let's go hang out in the open so people can, in the same neighborhood I was in before, so people can, might be looking for us, find us, and then go back to the house that they know that you're friends with, that we just killed. Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking dumb. It's just, if I hadn't been there with my friend who I drove, because, he can't drive, I probably would have gotten up and walked out of this movie. I mean, I knew that I was probably going to be hate watching it, but I didn't realize I was going to be hate watching it this bad. This is just, it's just, you want to sit here and say, dude, did you guys read the material? Did you watch the movie? Did you understand what they're trying to say? And then, one of the reasons, there's two reasons why he's trying to kill her in this, not kill her, but go after the bad guys in this one, or especially the main bad guy. One of them is for justice, and I won't tell you what the other one, because that will sort of ruin whatever type of the plot there is in this one. But the thing is, that thing is a major plot point in this movie. It's not part of the interweavings of the story. It's justice for this person. Justice, wrong person, wrong people, wrong place. Getting justice for them and, retribution. Or justice. They're supposed to stay dead. So I was walking out there going, these people just had no fucking idea what the hell they were doing. It's just a cash grab and a very, very, very badly done one. I mean, the acting is sort of flat. The writing is subpar. The music wasn't any good. I mean, come on, take a look at the soundtrack from this movie. Seriously. Look at the iconic moments from this movie. Look at the what do you call it? The climax of this movie. I'm only here for him. My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. Favorite song in that whole movie. You have Henry Rollins, Black Flag. All these bands. I couldn't name one of the bands in there, nor do I care to. So this movie is just no. I strongly say, do not go see this movie. Don't waste your fucking time. It's just, if you just save your time and money, you can stay at home, watch paint dry, get abused by people you don't like. Whatever, you'll have a better time doing any of those things. Go to the dentist's office, get a root canal, get arrested, stuck in jail. You'll have a better time. I'm just going to give this a 0 out of 5. And, my only solace for this is that none of my money went to going to see this movie. It was the brother-in-law, my cousin of the guy that I took with him, gave us money for the ticket. So tickets. So technically, I did give them some of the money, but it wasn't mine. So there's that. Just don't go. Save yourself the misery. I was so mad. It probably wasn't a good idea to be driving because I was doing some pretty aggressive driving on the way home. But just grab your movie, grab your copy of the movie, stick it in on the big screen, which I'm about to do here in a second. Watch that instead. You'll have a better time. Anyway, enough of my little rant here. Let me know what you think of the movie if you saw it. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and most of all, try and enjoy your movies.